Welcome back, Sagittarius. Thank you for joining me today for your September 2020 ASMR Sun, Moon, and Rising Sign forecast. So, the first thing that I would like for you to do is to collect together all of the negative energy that you've accumulated over the past month or so. Depends on how much negative energy you are holding on to. Take all of that energy and wad it up into a tight little ball. All the crying, sleepless nights, ill-spent energy, anything that has been holding you back that you don't want to take into September moving forward. Just ball it up all together and send it right into the flame of this candle. Perfect. That's really good. Great. You're doing a great job. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. So, for your readings this month, I'm going to be using the Initiatory Tarot. Oh, I've been having such trouble with my autofocus of the Golden Dawn, and it just doesn't want to show up on camera. I caught it for 1 second. Anyway, let me show you this side instead. Yeah, see, there we go. Crisp. But let's find out, Sagittarius, what is coming through for you for September of 2020. This is going to be for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising placements. So make sure to watch all of your placements to get a good idea of what to expect out of your month. Alright, Sagittarius, here we go. is your current situation. And we have here the Three of Chalices. Now this could be a situation where there is a very tight-knit group of friends. It is the pouring of love from 2 cups into 1 cup, or multiple cups into 1 cup. So sometimes people see that as a third-party situation. I only really read it that way if the context supports it. And especially when it's in the upright, why wouldn't you see that maybe more like a polycule or something like that, you know? Multiple people can love each other at once without people having upset and weird feelings about it. And here also we have the Star, and she's upright. So somebody definitely coming into their own, maybe gaining fame and fortune. The Star is also Aquarius's card, so if you have an Aquarius placement, take that into account as well. Let's look at the past situation that led up to this. And we do have the Magician here, so I think that you did some very profound manifestation, and it has paid off. Oh, I just noticed some of these flowers are red and some of them are white. That's kind of cool. Alright, so here we have, this would be your sun sign card placement. This talks about how you put yourself out there into the world. And over here we have your rising sign card placement, and that talks about how the world reflects back at you your actions and emotions. And then in the middle, you've got the Truth. Let's find out more about the Truth. We have the Eight of Pentacles in the upright. It's a time for caution. Now, typically, the Eight of Pentacles can refer to a job situation or a money situation. But in this particular deck, the emphasis is more on this being a time where care needs to be taken. Let's look at the 2 halves, shall we? The 2 halves of your psyche. Over here in the sun sign placement, you have the Fool upright. So maybe you're being a little naive about things. And then over here, you've got the Four of Pentacles, and it's in the reverse. The Four of Pentacles in the reverse can be... Four of Pentacles is about hanging on to things. And it's possible you are hanging on to them too tightly during this time. Although I don't see how that would be overly cautious or naive of you. It's more likely that you're not holding on too tightly enough to your resources during this time. We have the Future here, but I've actually been looking at the Hopes and Fears card first, and then tie the Future in with the goal or destiny, and then the final outcome. So, Hopes or Fears, you have the Queen of Chalices coming out, and she's in the reverse. So this is like the Queen of Hearts screaming off with their heads, being very non-compassionate toward others. And I think you want to be lovable during this time, and you're afraid that you're not going to come off that way, which could be, you know, a little bit of this Fool energy coming through as well. But I see you being very lovable in this time. Maybe you've never been in a polycule before and you're, getting used to having partners who have partners and stuff like that. Or even if you're just in an open relationship, you don't necessarily have to be in a polyamorous, multi-partner situation. Let's look at the goal or destiny here. This is really good, and no one else has gotten the Six of Cups yet, so that's good for you. The Six of Cups is very much about this sharing of emotion. It's things coming back from the past, and it's nostalgic feelings and just an overall good time. It's like a Beach Boys song about surfing. And we also have the final outcome. Now this card is in the reverse, and that could mean that it just will not be coming into play yet in the month of September. Or, in this case, it could be, because look, what we have here is the Queen of Swords, and she's screaming harsh truths. And it's something that you're going to have to deal with. This is definitely something that you will not be able to avoid speaking your mind about. I totally forgot about this future card over here. The Lovers. But, I could have told you that. Anyway, I think there's definitely a romantic situation going on here, but there's also resources at stake. There's something about resources at stake, so just be mindful of that as well. Let's clarify some of these things. This month, my clarification deck is the Flux Arcana, which is illustrated by Micah, Ulrich, and I purchased these cards on their website. They may have come out with the full extended deck as well that has the full 78 cards. When I purchased this, the minor arcana were not available. I don't know if they're planning on doing that or not. I know that I have seen artwork for some of the minor arcana cards, so it might be in the works. Let's find out what this is for sure. Find out more about this situation. And find out more about this. I'm gonna pull a lot of cards for this. Eight cards. Let's start here. Let's tell the narrative of the Lovers. Got the Hermit in reverse. You don't want to hide that light. You are not wanting to hide that light, but maybe it's happening anyway. I do have the Strength card coming out. That's Leo's card, so if you have a Leo placement, keep that in mind. Fellow fire sign. Also keep in mind the Strength card in relation to the romantic situation is really going to dictate your level of enjoyment. Because, of course, if you're not having a good time, you should probably leave. We have the Empress in the reverse. And I'm going to put this up here with the Queen of Cups in the reverse. You're afraid of coming off like a shrew. You don't have to be a woman to be a shrew. You're afraid that if you put boundaries with your partner or partners and have rules, that it's going to take all the fun out of it. And that's not true either. We do have the Sun. It's a happy outcome. The Temperance card in reverse. So there is going to be an imbalance there. And you might not necessarily be in control of this situation. Temperance is your card, Sagittarius, in the major arcana. So keep that in mind as well. Sometimes it is called the art card. It has to do as also with your dominion over your creative forces. We have the Moon card. So can be about trickery and guile. It can be about navigating a difficult path in the darkness. We've got the Fool in reverse. So down here we had the Fool in the upright. Here we have the Fool in the reverse. I think it has to do with being too happy-go-lucky on the surface in favor of avoiding conflict, possibly. And we also have the Lovers coming out in the reverse. Now, Lovers is also about choices that you make. If you have any Gemini in your chart, look at where your Gemini is, or what planets you have, what celestial things you have in Gemini. Let's see here. So we have the Emperor card coming out. I'm going to put that over here with the Four of Pentacles because I think those energies go together really well. Devil in the Tower in reverse. Devil in reverse is about things that are becoming your master. And the Tower in the reverse is, of course, a catastrophic change. We have the Hanged Man, and we have Justice. It's kind of like you're just waiting around. You're kind of stuck until a decision is reached, possibly in a legal case. And if you didn't secure a lawyer or some kind of legal counsel for this, you definitely need to do that. You could lose out on a lot here. You think that you're saving money, but in reality you're not. I would definitely recommend, if you are going through legal proceedings right now and you haven't secured legal counsel, that you should do so. It would be in your best interest. And that, of course, is based on my opinion as a tarot reader, which I am providing for your entertainment. And I'm not liable for any decisions that you make based on this. Let's throw some stones, shall we? Oh, I didn't even look at these cards yet. Well, let's look at the rocks first, because none of them landed over here. We have the dendritic opal, and it's over here on top of the Six of Cups. So I think there's an atypical romantic situation, even if you are not in what might be considered typical, i.e., one man, one woman equals marriage. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like an atypical arrangement, even for even if it were two women, two men, two non-binary people, There's something about it that it sets you guys a little bit apart in that you're treading new ground. It's very similar, Six of Cups, to romantic situations throughout the ages, but the dendritic opal is a very unique kind of a stone, and so I feel like there's something very unique about your situation in particular. We have these opals in a line here, and it's going from the Three of Cups across the star over here and pointing directly at the lovers. And then we also have an agate, a fire opal, and another opal here. The agate is kind of on the edge of the star and the hermit. We've got this fire opal on the fool. So I feel like there's a lot of things tied up in whatever this fool energy is. There's a lot tied up in that. And whatever this current situation is will lead you to the happiness of the lovers. But it's really all up to like your opinions of the situation and how you cope with the situation. This shell here, the shells represent money. And the shell here is directly on top of the Tower card in the reverse and touching the Devil card as well. So this could be very detrimental for your money situation, whatever this is. I do see the turquoise here and the opal here on the Hanged Man card. And they're falling down from above. They're not like falling out of his pockets per se. But it's something that you possibly could put your hands out and catch. So maybe this is legal proceeding around an estate, and you feel like, well, it's just me and my two brothers. How contentious could it get? We all get along pretty well. That would be naive. Again, this is just my opinion as a tarot reader. I'm not a legal professional, but I suggest you seek legal counsel if that's the case for you, Sagittarius. And then we do have this turquoise capuchon over here on the Devil card in the reverse. And that's just a reminder that whatever these vices are, they're going to eat away at your resources. Alright, let's get back to these cards that I forgot completely about over here. We have the Star in the reverse. So, coming back around again. Star is Aquarius's card, so that's air energy, and then the Queen of Swords is also air energy. So I think you are going to need to speak your truth in this situation. But, so we've got the World in the reverse and Judgment in the reverse, and that could probably mean that these things are just in the future and have not come to pass yet. I really see potential for you to be very happy in this situation. But it's going to require you really setting boundaries. I feel like the energy of this Swords card is similar to the Judgment in reverse here. That it's very important for you to make your true opinions known. How you feel about the situation. Otherwise, none of you will be happy. Sagittarius, thank you so much for joining me today. I've had a really wonderful time reading for you. I hope that you enjoyed it as well. Please let me know down below in the comments what you thought, if you liked it. Please, if you feel inclined, like, share, subscribe. I hope that you have a great month here in September. And I also hope to see you again very